You work and support a lot of underprivileged communities. So, what mental health challenges do these communities face which are unseen and unheard till now?
So all emotional challenges that we all face, they face the same. Every human being ends up thinking, why me? Obviously, any child or any underprivileged person would feel, why am I like this, or why was I not given the opportunity to have those many resources?
We at Nari here are, working hard to empower the woman right now emotionally and financially. Means you can see all these.
You have done such a fabulous job at it. The fact that, you have to accept that you are a part of whatever community you are a part of, but despite of that, you are as powerful as anybody else in the world. I think loss is something that always hits you the hardest. Every person's experience with grief and loss is very different. There will be people who will come and tell me that, time is going to heal and you can do this, it helps. But because it's such a personal journey, only I and my body can be aware of what I need in that moment.
So what message would you give to your listeners today?
One message that I want to give everybody is that believe in yourself.
Hello everyone, this is Divya Gupta Kotawala, and today in our podcast Dear Diary by Ashhwika Foundation, this is my series From the Heart. The soul usually knows how to heal itself, but the biggest challenge is to silence this mind. Sometimes it is so difficult to find the right way to heal, to quieten this mind, because only then we can hear our soul speak. So today we have Millin Sangha Gujral, a renowned clinical psychologist, a healer and a TEDx speaker. A beautiful person whose passion is to create a world where emotions are honored, where healing is accessible, and where everyone is heard and seen. Millan's passion is to break the mental health stigmas, to create a safe space where people across the globe can come together to heal, to find control over their emotions, and to find strength to lead a beautiful and a purposeful life ahead. Because together we both believe about healing with connecting to people. Because what happens when people come together, they open up their hearts. Only then they begin to feel better. So, I'm super excited to roll the new podcast, Dear Diary by Ashhwika Foundation today. And my series, From the Heart, is all about talking about mind, body, and soul of women coming from different walks of life. So, let's welcome Millan for our podcast today. Over to you, Millan. So nice to have you here. It is a very special podcast for us at Nari, and there is a special bond that we both share. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you to Ashhwika Foundation for, organizing this. I think a podcast is the right way to reach out to a lot of people, and I'm very grateful to be here today.
So Millan, tell us about the beginning of your journey and how it made you what you're today.
The starting of my journey was like everybody else's. The only thing was that, every family has some mental health issues that we tend to brush under the carpet. And that was the same for me. Back in the time, I think now mental health awareness is still there and people are, readily understanding about it. But back then, everything was brushed under the carpet saying that, nay, there's nothing like this. Or, we'll get this girl married and she's going to be fine. Or, we're going to, she's going to have a baby and then things are going to be fine. Until she lost her life. So that was the time I realized that I wanted to do something in mental health, and it was high time somebody within the family brought in that change, wherein, we could talk openly about it, understand that it is as important as physical health. And that's what made me start this journey and become who I am today.
So, do I say this was the most defining moment or the experience that made you realize that there is a shift and you want to focus on mental health?
Definitely, yes. Because I come from a science background, and like everybody, I wanted to maybe do forensics and things like that. But when I saw this happening, I was very certain that this was what I wanted to do.
Okay. So, Milin, I know that you have recently gone through yourself a very big personal loss. And, just to understand that how difficult was it to channelize your own emotions in that very moment and yet come forward and help people? How was it?
So, I think loss, for one, you can never prepare for. Even when, let's say parents age and you think that you'll be okay now that they're aging. I think loss is something that always hits you the hardest.
Absolutely.
And you don't understand what it feels like till you go through it, till you actually experience it, and you understand that.
Totally.
I think healing has been a process. There is a before and after of what I understand about grief. After my husband passed away, I think it was not only unexpected, it made me question my entire life and where it was headed. And I'm very fresh into it. It's only been 2 months.
Yes.
So I realized that before I always thought that grief had, its stages, and then you go through all the stages.
We all
and then
hear
you
this,
heal.
read
Yeah.
this, yeah.
And
the
that's
truth
what
is something
taught.
else.
That's what we're taught. But grief is very messy. There is no right or wrong way about it. Every person's experience with grief and loss is very different. All we need to do in order to heal is to honor ourselves and ask for help wherever we can. Being a therapist, I think my challenge could have been going to therapy to somebody else, but luckily I had crossed that long time before. So the minute I realized that, I didn't have to deal with this alone, I immediately went in for therapy, and I'm still in therapy.
Okay.
It will take me a while, but you need to realize with mental health that you don't have to single-handedly hold everything on your head.
Okay.
You're a human being first. You have emotions, and you have to honor your emotions. Only then you can honor the other person's emotions, right? So that has really helped me so far. There are good days, bad days. But yes, it's an ongoing process.
Totally. So, in such situation, what does emotional strength means to you?
Honestly,
And growth also. I
Yeah.
think more than strength, it is about growing in this phase.
So I think, mostly with women, I've seen that they overdo things. They get so busy with everything so that we kind of forget about what we're dealing with. For me, sitting and actually experiencing the emotion I feel, taking rest and saying, I'm not getting out of bed today because I don't feel okay.
True.
Crying my eyes out when I want to, or seeking help has brought me more strength in this particular journey, because I know that there will be people who will come and tell me that, time is going to heal, and you can do this, it helps. But because it's such a personal journey, only I and my body can be aware of what I need in that moment.
True.
Honoring that helps you and gives you strength and lets you progress. So taking things one day at a time really helps, because then you don't have to plan everything in life, and you just think that, let me just get through today. Tomorrow, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, tomorrow will be a new day. Yeah, just day by day.
Yes.
So, Milin, I've also got to know that you work and support a lot of underprivileged communities. So, what mental health challenges do these communities face which are unseen and unheard till now?
So, all emotional challenges that we all face, they face the same, but more, because they come from a space where, there can be a lot of competition.
True.
And the lack of, let's say, how do I say this? A lack of resources for them to kind of achieve the goals that they have.
True.
And, end up, every human being ends up thinking, why me? You know, when you look at somebody who's doing so well in their life and they have all this support and backing, obviously any child or any underprivileged person would feel, why am I like this, or why was I not given the opportunity to have those many resources? So I think coming in terms with the fact that, you know, you have to accept that you are a part of whatever community you're a part of, but despite of that, you are as powerful as anybody else in the world, and you can make it there.
I think I can so well resonate to it, because even we at Nari here are, you know, working hard to empower the woman right now, emotionally and financially. Means you can see all these
you are doing
products.
such a fabulous job at it.
The girls are making it, and so that, you know, not only they are getting a skill of creating such beautiful products, but they are also going and selling them and, you know, getting that financial stability. It's beautiful, you know, because it just empowers you. And I think when you're happy from within, then they can just go out in the society, be it with their family, with their loved ones, they're a better person. They are confident. They're not bitter. That confidence gives them that happiness, which I think is very important.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, I've seen the girls here and I've met them, and, you know, they, even when they stitch those clothes and they make all these things, it is so empowering for them to actually, you know, they'll come and show you that we made it from this. And that is amazing, which is why I really wanted to be on this podcast, because this cause is such an honorable one, to be able to support the people who really need it in the society, and they are the torchbearers of our society, to be very honest.
Absolutely. So give us one message for the listeners who are actually struggling to transform their pain into purpose. And especially because, you know, I've also got to know that you're working on your first book, which is around healing and talking about grief. So what message would you give to your listeners today?
So, one message that I want to give everybody is that believe in yourself. I think, you know, we only fail at things when we, you know, start doubting ourselves.
True.
And that happens. There's going to be a lot of times we're going to fail, fall down, but just learning to get up at your own pace. There is no pace set by the society, which is right. At your own pace will always help you. Know what you need. There will be a lot of people who will tell you what you need, but you need to really know what you need within. And as for the book, writing a self-help book on grief, because I realized after going through this journey, or, you know, currently being in the journey, that what things that have helped me, how much of a help that can be to other people, which is why I wanted to write and be able to reach out to as many people if I can help.
And you know, now healing helps.
It does.
I think
It does.
I've experienced it. It really, really helps you heal every day. So I'm glad you've taken up that, because it will really, you know, make you a better version of what you are today and what you're dealing with. So if there is one message to the younger Milan that you can give, what would that be?
I am very confident now, but it was not always the case. I grew up with a lot of self-doubt for the way I looked, or, you know, for my weight, or whatever be the case. But one message I would give to younger Millen would be, you're always enough no matter what.
Absolutely.
Just believe it.
That's such a beautiful thought, you know, to leave our listeners with. So, Millen, we both know a personal loss can change you forever. But how have you successfully found a way to navigate your emotions, and even during this most unimaginable time, you have found a way to not only heal yourself, but heal so many people out there?
I don't think I'm over it yet. I think I'm on this journey that is going to be lifelong. The first thing that really helped me was bringing in acceptance that this was happening. And I think then taking things at my own pace, knowing what I need, like if I need to read, I'll read. If I need to sit and write, I'll write. Just taking things slow and not fitting into any, you know, shoes according to the society. I think that has been very healing, and that gives me the strength somewhere to convert how I feel or my own emotions and be able to channelize to help others more. And that really helps me in turn.
True, that's so beautiful. So, Milin, tell me something. What are your thoughts about having a support group in today's time that can actually help people heal and who are dealing with so much pain and loss and grief? So, it can be their safe space and a unique way, to just come out of that loss and find closures.
So I think it's a wonderful idea because we all look for community and we all look for understanding. And when you meet people who have dealt with the same things that you have and have gone through similar emotions or have gone through loss like you have, it just gives them the space to know that there is somebody else and I'm not alone. And I think it gives you a space to just be yourself, know that there is no right or wrong way, and that really helps them heal more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Million, because going through a personal loss is something that nobody can really decide how the journey ahead would be. But if we can hold each other together, believe me, I think it's the best support we can give.
Absolutely.
Because I truly believe that if you share happiness, happiness increases. And if you share pain, pain reduces.
Yes.
So I think on this journey together, thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.